given directly to him, of course, but so lining up for his second one. Takes 3 dribbles. Up and in. East Chicago.
Picking up the full court here, huh?
Yeah.
A little 1-2-1-1.
And Portage crosses the timeline to Michael Wellman. Michael Wellman drives, fires, no good. Rebound again by Dominique Murphy. Folks, he averages 21 and 10 on the season. That is Murphy. Tries to do an in and out dribble there. That's Wallace. That one goes out of bounds, and Portage will retain the result.
Yeah, they're going to continue their full court press. 1-2-1-1. Trap the corners.
Yep, they want to get it into that corner in that diamond press. And
alley-oop.
Jalen Johnson almost caught the basketball and slammed it home. He gets fouled on his way up, playing above the rim, and that's what happens when you go into that 1-2-1-1 and you're able to break it. You got numbers. You got a 2-on-1 there, and Portage dials up the lob.
Yeah, you beat that with a diagonal pass, which they did very well. There's like 2 passes in alley-oop, but you got to finish it though.
Yep, and you got to finish it at the line if you're not finishing it at the rim. So he misses the first of 2.
You got to make them pay. You know, if they're pressing you, you got to find a way to make them pay. Don't be you got to continue to be the aggressor.
Absolutely. Fight fire with fire. Here comes Rich. Between his legs, long 2, pull up. No good. Sam Wellman with the rebound. He's going to slow down a bit. Finds Michael Wellman across. Rainbow pass to the corner. Opposite side. Sam Wellman now with it. Directing traffic. Hands off to Evans. Evans back to Wellman. Wellman to Wellman. Michael sees 2. Throws the ball off of an East Chicago defender. That's a turnover, but does not result in a layup after the missed layup by Wallace.
Those live ball turnovers are dangerous, right? You get a layup out of that. East Chicago should have finished.
Amari Evans with the teardrop. It's good.
Nice move by Evans. Again, getting by somebody. That intermediate game is kind of one of the parts of the game that doesn't get as much attention as it should. But if you got a good intermediate game, that adds that much more to your value.
Wallace catches it at the left elbow, dribbles it back.
Nice look.
Great pass down low by Rich, and he finds Marquise Winters for the basket on the right block. Garrett Clark whistled for the travel. Got our first sub of the game.
Dalen Powell, number 5,
and Carter Kobe.
Freshman Carter Kobe,
number 0.
They're really high on Kobe. His older brother went to Marquette and then went to Manchester, I believe, to play college basketball, and he's got a younger brother too. But they're real high on his future.
And yeah, he's the sixth or seventh man, so to speak, however you want to count it. First sub off the bench in this one.
Yeah.
He's got the task of playing the top of that and having to guard Murphy, and a 3 is buried by Marquise Winters. So he's got 5 in the last couple seconds.
Well, I think you do that with a non-conference game, right? Get some guys some minutes, get some flow, try to find some chemistry, see who's going to play well together for next weekend for the conference games.
Absolutely. Amari Evans dribbles to his left. He's now at center court at the logo. Hand off to Kobe. Kobe's picked up at the volleyball line. Pass to Evans. Evans dials up a 3. Good.
Yeah, good. They go a little small with this lineup, right? Johnson's not in the game.
Another 3. Lets it fly. No good. Long rebound by Kobe. They got numbers. Clark. Amari Evans.
Right
back to Clark. They swing it to the top of the key. Perhaps looking for a set here. Evans with it.
A little confusion here for the Indians.
Yeah.
That's why transition you run, and the worst 3 words in basketball for me are set it up. I hate don't just play basketball, right?
Yeah. Garrett Clark with the dribble pull-up jumper there. After the miss by Rich, it's batted around.
And I understand you call a play coming down the floor, but don't pull it out and reset, because that gives a chance the defense to reset, right? Keep playing. Keep the pressure on. Keep your foot on the gas.
Amari Evans checks out. Jay Sean King comes in for him. Senior. Dominic Murphy, fall-away jumper. Off the iron, off the backboard, no good. Here comes Garrett Clark with it. After the rebound by Powell. Big Mike gets a double out of the corner. Garrett Clark dribbles, brings it back, drives right, flashes through the lane, up and no good. Gets his own rebound, power layup, it's good. Garrett Clark.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, that wasn't a play, right? That was just playing basketball.
That's just sticking with it.
Right, he just went up and got it. Portage staying in that 2-3 zone. Sorry, Mike.
No, you're good. Directing traffic is Rich. Gets it across to Wallace. They're looking to that elbow there. Murphy draws a triple team. Mishandles the rock there. Somehow it slips out to Murphy. Murphy with a spin move goes up, draws the foul. Savvy move by the junior.
It was. He's like I said, he's active. He's got all the moves.
5, named foul.
Strong around the rim, and he can hit from the perimeter as well. He's going to be a handful here in the postseason, I think.
He's a true three-level scorer. He can score from all three levels. Dominic Murphy, and at the line with the free throw.
That section of 1 is loaded already, but them in Lake Central right now look to be the favorites on paper. Munster's there. Gary Westside's 8-2. I mean, it's going to be fun.
Murphy connects on the second. And after the made basket, they're right into pressure, East Chicago. Rainbow cross-court pass there.
Johnson's got to move and post up.
King has it now. Klaus demanding his players to get into position, and there it is.
There it is.
Beautiful basket there, just like you draw it up, Coach Klaus. Basket good by Jalen Johnson on the right block.
Little down screen, cross screen, pretty simple, right? Basic basketball. Execution's very important.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about. These coaches know each other very well, and they know well enough that East Chicago is going to probably hold for the last shot here with 20 seconds to go in this first period. It's 16-13. They get the ball to Murphy. Murphy from long distance. Oh. No good. Flying in for the rebound. Gets it. Back up. No good. Block rejected by Johnson. Another chance. Murphy at the bell. And they finish with the basket there after being denied. And it is 16-15 after 1. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night in the Region here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. The Economy Electric Heating and Cooling forecast for tonight is 33 degrees with light flurries. That's the Game Night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. It's a bit of a cozy one in here. We got some people packed in, feeling warm, feeling comfortable, getting out of the snow, getting out of that, 33-degree weather, and they find themselves here in the gymnasium here at Portage High School, and what has been so far a very good game.
Yeah, good flow, up and down, a lot of action, playing above the rim here a couple times for some alley-oops, and it's going to be an entertaining game. I think it's going to come down to the wire.
Hopefully it does. That's what these fans wanted. There was a game that came down to the wire in this gym last night with Portage. They were on the losing end of that, but half the teams lose in Indiana every night.
There you go. Good math.
King looking. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Sam Wellman.
East Chicago comes out in the zone here.
Jalen Johnson gets it at the left elbow. Great pass down to Powell. Powell with the finish. Jalen Johnson, vision.
Great pass, great extra pass. He didn't settle for that elbow jumper. He could have.
Passing up a good shot for a great shot are the Indians. Rich with it. Pulls up for three. Long. Rebound by Powell. Gets it to Sam Wellman.
Kind of thought about it too long, I think, You just catch it and shoot in rhythm.
Study long, study wrong.
There you go.
Carter Colby with it. Back to King. Powell. Corner. Sam Wellman. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Johnson, then it's taken away by Wallace, and here come the Cardinals.
Oh, God.
Woo! London Walker.
Man, he took a block and a knee to the face. Jeez. Man.
Comes in flying. Barrels through the defender. And Jay-Sean King.
Wait, Jay-Sean took a shot there.
Yeah, standing 8 count for Jay-Sean King there. He'll have a breather as Walker's at the line shooting the first of 2. Makes the first.
That's the hardest call in basketball, Mike. You know that.
Oh, it is the block charge.
Block charge.
Absolutely.
Man.
King will have more time to rest as he gets taken out of here, along with Powell and Kobe. Good minutes there.
Find out if he's in the right city right now. Find out if he knows where he's at.
Talk to the trainer. Concussion protocol.
Don't do that. They'll lock you up. EC picking up full court. It's like a little man-to-man now.
Yep, absolutely. That's what it is. We have Omari Evans shakes his defender, crosses it past midcourt. Dribbling to his left across the lane. Garrett Clark with it. Directing the offense. From the DAC logo is Jamari Evans. Johnson top of the key. Back to Garrett Clark. Garrett Clark driving, step back.
He's got the ball. You got to get it to him. There it is. Go.
Johnson.
You got to finish.
Goes middle, misses long. Rebound by Murphy. Murphy tries to sell a call there, and he may go coast to coast. Pull up at the free throw line. No good on the basket, but he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, you got to stay vertical as a defender, but Murphy did a good job of kind of drawing that contact, going up into him a little bit. He can just shoot over people.
Yeah, Dominique Murphy, 6'6", a junior. He's been sensational all of this season and last season as he broke out onto the scene as a sophomore. Dominique Murphy, a 1,000-point career scorer. He was honored last week at East Chicago before the game. As he speaks with the official.
He's got a little wrap on his bicep there. Kind of like the old Ultimate Warrior. Remember that guy? He ties some wraps around his arm.
And it's coming off, as you can see. I'm not sure if you can tell on the broadcast, but he's just going to take it off entirely.
Yeah.
Garrett Clark to inbound against this
Garrett's got to run
pressure.
Run the baseline a little bit after a made basket.
They get the double in the corner. Quick pass out to Michael Wellman. Ball is stolen by Rich. Rich with the Euro step goes up. No good. Short, but he's fouled.
Again, I've always been impressed with Rich and how he can find contact. You know, he's moving the ball around a lot up there, moving his body around and kind of hanging in the air. He does that a lot, and he's very good at it.
Yeah, he angles himself so well, especially when he gets deep into the paint and near the rim. Makes the first.
It's hard for the defender to stay vertical. That's challenging. It takes some discipline, you know. You want to swat down and go for that block so bad, but he's got to stay vertical, reach out for the ceiling.
Yeah, and Rich stands at 6 foot, which, you know, isn't short by any, you know, stretch of the imagination, but with Jalen Johnson standing in at 7 inches taller than him, it is very tempting to want to block that shot as opposed to just kind of walling up and staying vertical. Sam Wellman.
He's got to back man-to-man D. Switching up that defense is giving the offense something to think about, right? Mm-hmm. You got to decide, okay, are they in man or zone, right? Then you run that kind of set for whatever defense that they're in.
They reverse the basketball from Mike Wellman on the right side to Sam Wellman to the left. Gets it to Evans. Back to Michael Wellman. Post-entry pass to Johnson. Johnson fades away. Great job by Jalen Johnson. Finished on the right block against Dominique Murphy.
Yeah, he's got to do a little better. I think he can do better at catching it a little higher above the block. Sometimes you catch it below the block, you're at an angle where you can't use the backboard.
Yeah, you want to give yourself more real estate.
Yep. So that's a nice little down screen, cross screen play they've been running here lately, but I'm glad to see Johnson finishing that shot.
Yeah, Portage has had success against the man defense for East Chicago tonight. So we'll see how long East Chicago stays in this defense. Yes, you want to give them a different look, but you have to do what's most effective. Evans drives left. Brings it back out. Picks up his dribble. Passes it with Sam Wellman. Sam Wellman down to Jalen Johnson. That was a beautiful pass. Jalen Johnson, patience underneath the basket and finishes.
Strong move. Portage needs that out of Johnson. In order for Portage to be a threat this year in the dueling and in the sectional, they've got to have Johnson step up. Simple as that.
Dominique Murphy at the top of the key. No look pass down to Wallace for 2. Dominique Murphy, he can create as well as score.
Yeah, he keeps his head up. He's always looking for an empty guy, open guy. But they're also good at stretching the defense up and down too, right, Mike?
Absolutely. In transition, they come Wallace. Tries to get it to Murphy. Michael Wellman with the steal. Outlet pass to Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson puts it behind his back. With Sam Wellman with it. Michael Wellman goes up and a foul.
Nice strong move. Get to the free throw line.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson couldn't corral that lead pass, but able to have the presence of mind to, try to get it to a teammate.
Yeah.
And it results in a trip to the charity stripe.
At least he kept it alive, right?
Absolutely.
He did a great job of showing great effort getting there.
Having the wherewithal to make sure to keep that ball in play and to direct it to a teammate to make the most of the transition opportunity. They'll make half of it at least, though.
All right.
At the most, perhaps, is Michael Wellman misses the first and is shooting the second.
The lost art of free throws, Michael.
It is what separates winning from losing most nights.
I'm telling you. Layups and free throws. Keep it simple, right?
Yeah. And a lot of those layups and free throws are a result of getting it to the basket area. I usually say that's the most important thing. You can get the basketball to the basket area. So in that block area and just outside of it, that short corner, Dominique Murphy for 3. Top of the key, good, straight away 3. Dominique Murphy.
He's a guy, again, they have him and Rich, little two-headed monster, but you got to know where he's at all times.
Murphy's clapping on defense.
He's got 12 on the night already.
Sam Wellman with it. Finds Powell. Powell, high-low to Jalen Johnson. It's deflected. It'll stay here. That's a tough pass to make from that angle.
Yeah, it's a tough catch, too, really.
Yeah.
And then being able to catch it with being able to do something with it.
Mm-hmm. Inbound to Sam Wellman. Sam Wellman puts it up. Gets harmed. He'll shoot 2.
See Sam kind of went in there and again kind of found contact. Did you see him? He kind of moved the ball around and
Team second.
Defenders just got in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, he found himself getting the inbound pass from the dead spot, that short corner area just outside of the block. And as soon as he got it, was able to turn and put it up. He had 2 defenders on him. And so he makes the first of 2 free throws. Out comes Wallace. In comes Isaiah Julks for East Chicago. He's a 5'11 junior guard. That one rattles around and out. Rebound again by Murphy.
Those are points you can't get back.
Murphy falling away. No good. Basketball tipped back out. Keontae Bell with it. Bell to Rich. Rich, pull up, mid-range. Good.
Mid-range jumper, that intermediate game, man.
We got a timeout by Portage. That'll be a 30-second timeout. Good pace of this game, Doug.
Yeah, a lot of points on the board. A lot of, again, it's a little chess match. They're still trying to figure out how they're going to react to zone and man, and East Chicago's mixing up, going back and forth, and again, Portage is playing with some different lineups. And you got Murphy, like I said, he's already got 12 and well on his way to getting his average, but again, a lot of talent on the floor here tonight.
A lot of talent on the floor tonight here. And remember, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies, they have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. So we'll see who gets named the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game.
I'm going to go ahead and give my vote to Mike Zamia.
No. I'm not eligible.
Superhero. He's just superhero every game.
No eligibility here.
Whether he's there or not.
Sam Wellman across the Indian head. Garrett Clark comes off, fires from 3, no good, long rebound. Rebound by Walker, gets it to Murphy. Keontae Bell, no good on the 3. Rebound by Johnson. Mari Evans in and out dribble. Probing on that right side of the floor. Nice dump off pass to Jalen Johnson, who finishes once again inside.
And he went strong and threw that defender. That could have been an and one situation. I think he got fouled going up.
Did a great job of, shifting his hips and getting his, shoulder square to the backboard, and a great power layup there by Jalen Johnson.
That's expecting them to get hit and expecting them not to call it. You got to play through it and make the basket. He's got 9.
Bell with it to Murphy. Murphy fakes the pass to his left. One dribble pull up, long two, no good. That rebound almost sails out of bounds, and a live ball turnover there by the Cardinals. London Walker throws it away.
Good anticipation there. Dalen Powell, number 5, Portage with the right place at the right time there, right?
And he typically is. I mean, speaking from last night, he played pretty well in that game against Valparaiso. He has the ball underneath the basket now. Goes up with the basket. Good by Powell.
Yeah.
We're talking about that real estate he had, little to none.
Yeah, and he just, again, that's just moving the ball around and getting used to playing with guys that are bigger than you.
And he finds himself in the middle of the 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
On the bottom, he's with the tough task of having to rebound against Dominique Murphy after the missed 3.
You got to find a body. You can't stare at the ball like it's a meteor.
Rich knifes into the lane off the backboard, no good.
Yeah.
Put back attempt there by Greg Williams, 6'7" junior. He gets fouled on the putback attempt, so he'll shoot 2 at the line.
Second, team 4.
Those effort plays, right? We talk about, and being able to fly in, come and follow another teammate shot, and just those second chance opportunities makes the first free throw.
Those are the details you talk about that you have to pay attention to in order to win. And again, I think it's who wins the offensive rebound game, who makes more free throws, right? Those are the numbers that you really need to pay attention to win.
Absolutely. Long on the second, rebound by Garrett Clark.
Not who attempts more free throws, who makes more.
That's right. Evans with it. Johnson.
Chicago's kind of expanding their zone a little farther out. See this?
And it's that quick ball reversals for Portage that helps them. Evans with the 3, no good. Powell fighting down there, gets the rebound. Out to Garrett Clark, steps back, passes to Evans. Whistle before the shot attempt.
What'd they call?
They call it 3 seconds.
He just shot it.
I'm not sure what happened there, Doug.
Right? The 3 seconds resets on a shot attempt, right?
And I think they blew the whistle before the shot attempt. So
no, I'm talking about the one before.
Oh, the one before that. Yeah, you would think.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can't count to 3. It's still break for me, Mike. We're not back yet.
Yeah, that tricked me.
So looks like EC's going to hold it for one shot.
We got 20 seconds left in the first half.
Porter's playing that 2-3 zone. Wings out a little high. Garrett Clark's playing a little high. But that's how the defender, or the EC guys are getting kind of back and sneaking in around them.
Finding that soft spot.
Yeah. Through the short corner.
Long distance 3. Pure. Jamel Rich. Then the half. So Chicago extends their lead 32-28.
Real quick, that's KYP, man. You got to know your personnel. You got to know he's a shooter. You got to start getting that. As you know, the clock's running down. You got to find their scores real quick.
Yeah, you got to close out on those shooters. You got to know the scouting report. So we'll take a break here. Remember, you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Can't wait for summer, but dreading to heat because your old AC let you down? Don't sweat it out this summer. Call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. The professionals there can fix you up. Install a central air unit that'll last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable. And with a 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Give them a call at 219-923-4441 or check them out on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports and regionsports.com. Halftime here at Portage High School, and we have a scoreboard update brought to you by Strack and Van Til. Just give me 1 second here. This scoreboard update is brought to you by Strack and Van Til. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. What's the update?
Start of the fourth quarter, Penn leads Valparaiso 27-16. And then after one at Chesterton and Maryville are tied at 10 apiece.
That's why I think Maryville's tough. I think they're kind of a sleeper. You know what I mean? And that's a low-scoring game over there in Chesterton, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the first thing that really pops out to you is that low-scoring affair. And what was the Penn-Valpo score again?
Penn started the fourth quarter. 27 Penn Kingsman. Valpo Vikings 16.
27-16.
Yeah.
Start of the fourth.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's those.
Talk about an easy under right there.
Well, I was going to say a lot of people are talking about wanting the shot clock, and those are the games that would support that. But I don't agree in a high school shot clock.
No, I don't either. I could make the case for it going back to one class. But that'll never happen.
Sure.
How do you think Coach Kuhlman thinks about playing Valpo?
I think that he really, really wants to win. Coach Kuhlman is, man's got a lot of pride in a good way, and I think he definitely wants to go and get the win there. Coach Kuhlman, we were talking about this, I think it was earlier before this game started, and he's an incredible practice coach. And I know that he's got his guys dialed in, locked in, and the thing is that Ben Liskey was his JV coach for all those years at Valpo. So these two coaches know each other on a personal level. They know each other on an X's and O's standpoint, basketball philosophy. So Coach Kuhlman really knows, this is a game where I got the better team, talent-wise, and there's not a question about that. So he's like, I got to get the win. That's what I think he's thinking.
That's another one of those games that could be a tune-up for a regional or semi-state anymore.
Yeah.
Right? They talking about two teams that could be facing each other later on in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, it's one of those things where the DAC is wide open. We'll see what Valparaiso kind of becomes as the season marches on. Do we have stats for halftime?
For East Chicago, Murphy's got 12, Rich with 8, Winters with 4, Wallace with 5, Walker with 2, and Williams with 1.
Okay.
On the Portage Indians side, Evans with 7, Michael Wellman with 3, Garrett Clark with 4, Jalen Johnson with the big 9 points on low, Powell with 4, and Sam Wellman with 1.
Interesting, yeah.
I like the aggressiveness of Johnson. As I mentioned, I think he will be a big barometer to see how far they go in the postseason and how well they do in the dueling this year. They need him to step up.
One guy I did really like was Powell.
Yes.
He came in off the bench, showed some strength, doing a good job of getting some offensive rebounds.
And we talked about Powell in the pregame. Yeah. And Powell is one of those guys where he's solid. He's like Duggan mentioned during tonight's broadcast. He's in the right place. He knows where he's supposed to be. He battles, he fights. And Nate, you were telling me about how he is in practice, and he's being heralded as, one of those guys where he's really earning the playing time that he's getting.
Yeah, again, him and there was another kid, Caleb Hacker. They go at it back and forth. Two big, strong kids, and he wins that battle. So that's why he's earning those minutes right now.
Yeah, Dalen's just a gym rat. If he's not here, he's at the YMCA. I coached him as a freshman. He was on that freshman team that I coached, and he's done a great job of getting his body better, right? He's lost about 50 pounds.
Wow.
Just really, again, he gets after it, and he cares, Mike.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal now.
It is. No, and that's what separates talent. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
There you go.
That's a good one.
And it's
bumper sticker.
But it's the truth.
Sevilla-ism.
And he's a very talented player, but he works hard, and that's the difference.
Right.
And that is the big difference there. So,
he's a team guy. He's not going to complain about, I need to get mine, or I need to get my minutes, or I need to get my points. I'm going to do what I can to help us win.
Yeah, and that perspective and that, understanding of the team first, that mentality is only going to better prepare you. Yes, it seems like it's a long journey, by that, and you're not, playing right away, you're not starting, you're not doing all that, but, you're playing the long game here. And so he's got himself, a good, hopefully, future and, good rest of the season. And hopefully a good second half in the immediacy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what are some things that you thought that Portage did well? I know they find themselves down 4, but it's been one of those kind of fast-paced games, and you mentioned that, with a fast pace, that would favor East Chicago, but East Chicago has not been able to run away with this one yet.
Well, East Chicago's not shooting very well from the outside. And again, Portage playing a 2-3 zone. East Chicago's kind of settling and taking that first shot. But you mentioned it, Mike. You got to pass up a good shot to get a great shot. I've said that in other games we've done, and and that's what Portage has done a little bit. Getting the ball inside to Johnson. He's had a good night tonight so far. One of the better nights I've seen him have this year. So he's got to continue to do that and be strong and be a presence inside.
Yep, and we'll take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk about East Chicago. So you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Welcome back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. We got a quick scoreboard update brought to you by Strachan Van Til. Nate Ramian, take it away.
The Michigan City Wolves are leading the KB Cougars 48-18. Middle of the game, about halftime.
That's a shocker to me. I thought KB, I know Michigan City's good, and again, that's another Duneland team. It shows the depth of the Duneland this year, but I thought KB would hang with them a little bit better.
Yeah, people have been saying that the DAC is going to be wide open. And, at the start of DAC play, I know that's not a DAC game, but as DAC play opens up, Michigan City making a statement saying, hey, be ready for us when you catch us on the schedule here in January.
There are no weeknights this year in the Duneland. Last year I went out and predicted that the Duneland champ would not be undefeated, and I was wrong. Chesterton proved me wrong, but again, that just shows the depth of the league. It's very tough, year in and year out. So, are we going to hold the ball for the entire 8 minutes?
Jamel Rich holding the ball to his side. Go get a count, Sam Wellman.
Yeah. Portage sitting back in a 2-3 zone. In Chicago's, they're winning. You got the lead and the ball, right? Let it go.
And here come the Boo Birds.
Hey, this is the fan, the supporters of the shot clock here in Indiana basketball. They don't think you should be able to do this, and I think it's fine. It's part of the game. It's part of the chess match. We talked about it, Mike.
And this is what it is. The onus is now on the defense to go and get a count. Go up there, guard him. If you're closely guarding him, the referee will count to 5. If you're able to maintain that, you get the ball back.
But it really depends on, are the coaches happy where you're at?
Correct.
Is Coach Klaus happy being down 4? Oh, well, we'll be down 4 going into the fourth quarter. We're okay with that. Right now, that's what he's saying.
Is he willing to give up more possessions? That's what it comes down to, too. Do you think that in a shortened, abbreviated game, are your chances better? And that's something that only Coach Klaus can answer.
Right.
Because he is not sending the dogs out. He is not going and getting a count. He is sitting back, and they're packed in. I mean, all guys are within the 3-point arc.
Yeah, they're playing in their little 2-3 zone, and like we said, Jamel Rich is sitting there. Who's gonna blink here, Mike?
Yeah.
Are they gonna hold it for one shot at the quarter, or are they gonna go play basketball? Again, this is what you can hear the crowd. I paid my $7. I want to watch some basketball. This is part of Indiana basketball. Like it or not, this is it.
In 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana.
Here we go. The student body showing their support.
With the lack of action, this has been the loudest it's been all night.
Back when it was a 2-man repping crew, right? If the team that was winning had the ball, the official would literally say, defense, you got to come out.
Yes.
They would make you do something.
And we got 3 guys here tonight, and we're watching.
Yeah, but again, with a 3-man crew, the rules have changed, and that's it. So who's going to budge? Who's going to blink first?
Coach Klaus looking at his play sheet there, his weapons list. Not even looking up, knowing that there's nothing's happening right now.
So they're going to hold the ball. This is 3 minutes now.
Garrett Clark, he was saying something to the East Chicago bench, shaking his head. The phones are coming out. This one's taking to social media.
This one's going to hit the internet. Going to hold it for 8 minutes, Mike. Hey, Nathan and I ref a little bit on lower levels. I would be perfectly fine with this. Keep the clock rolling. As a ref, hey, no fouls this quarter. Right?
Yeah, stand strong. Get home early.
Yeah. Beat the traffic.
I think they'll hold it till 2 minutes. All right, let's make a prediction.
I go. Oh.
Wait.
We got some action.
He's just getting close.
He's want to talk to coach.
Yeah. I think at 2 minutes. Doug, what do you think?
I think they're going to go at about 30 seconds.
30
at
seconds.
This point, they're in it now.
They are in it for the long haul, it seems.
Yeah.
As we now find ourselves within 4 minutes remaining in the third.
Again, this is part of the game. If you would have told Coach Klaus, evidently, hey, you're going to be down 4 going into the fourth quarter, he's going to be okay with that.
Yeah, nobody is picking up fouls. Nobody is losing any energy.
No foul trouble.
It is an extended halftime. We see London Walker in the right corner, and he's running at standstill. Yep.
Trying to stay loose. You got some guys flexing and doing some calisthenics. Little Richard Simmons action.
Yep, Omari Evans.
5 minutes.
Signaling for the crowd to make some noise here. Okay, Walker runs the baseline. And he runs back.
He's going back.
Jalen Johnson.
Staying loose.
Here we go.
He's not doing anything.
Yep.
He's just staying loose.
Yep. Wallace goes from right wing. Now it looks like they're just replacing. So now you have Walker to Rich's right and Wallace to his left with Winters at that right elbow. And here we go. 2:10. And we may see some action here.
You were right. The 2-minute mark.
2-minute mark.
And we're holding it again.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That was a nice couple passes there.
Yeah, well.
Good execution.
And I wonder if you're the defense, does this kind of lull you to sleep? Like, are you going to give up a face cut now that you've been standing for, 6 minutes?
Yeah, you got to stay sharp.
Yeah, you do.
You don't want people sneaking up behind you. You got to be aware.
And you got to talk on defense.
I think that this shows the discipline of both programs. Portage is willing to sit back, like we said, and East Chicago and Coach. How would you pronounce it, Coach? Coach East Chicago's name?
Marua. Moreau.
Coach Marua has done, I think, a great job here with East Chicago, and it's. Again, I think that's it.
60 seconds remain.
Explains to the success they're having this season. Discipline's a big part of it.
No shot attempts, no fouls, an empty box score for the third quarter with 49 seconds to play going into the fourth.
And if, like as you mentioned, if you took the under for this quarter, you're going to be in good shape.
You're just hoping to cash your ticket in the next 35 seconds on the dot.
I think they did go man-to-man. Again, I think Jamil, if he's going to break him down and go 4 low, Jamil Rich can get by anybody, man. I'm telling you, I'm really impressed with him.
Looks like they're in a 2-3 perhaps.
They're going to maybe run out and trap him.
12 seconds. Here we go.
Oh.
Steal by Johnson, seemingly gets back. Wallace protected by Evans. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Good as it goes.
That's late.
Front rim. Didn't get it off in time.
That was the quarter.
What action? 12 seconds worth of action going into the fourth quarter. We'll stay here. No need to take a break. We exhausted absolutely no energy in that third frame. So, we talked a little bit about what Portage has to do, or what they've done well in the first half, and kind of what they need to do in the second half. Flip side, East Chicago. I mean, because let's be honest, what they've done in the first half has absolutely remained the same because there's absolutely nothing done in the third.
Sure.
So what about East Chicago?
I think, again, I don't think you can, the pace will pick up a little bit. But Portage got to continue to get the ball inside. And I think East Chicago, again, they got to finish. I don't know what their shooting percentage is, but it's not very good. And they got to get the ball to Murphy. Get your guys, again, the two-headed monster of Rich and Murphy are as good as anybody around. And they're going to be fine. But the ball's just got to go in the hole for East Chicago. But I think for Portage, you got to get the ball inside. As we've said before, getting the ball inside is like body blows, right? Mm-hmm. Those are like Rocky Balboa, Drago body shots. But that softens up the middle, and that'll open up the perimeter. But I think you got to get Wellman going inside and get Johnson going inside.
Sam Wellman with it. Gets it to Evans. Fourth quarter action underway. Johnson back to Michael Wellman. Big Mike dials up a triple. And a foul on the rebound attempt there. Garrett Clark getting the rebound, and he gets fouled in the student section. Is Height.
Pushed from behind. You don't mind, as a coach, you don't mind aggressive fouls. You don't want senseless fouls, but the aggressive fouls you're okay with.
Clark triggers it in. Michael Wellman to Sam Wellman. Michael Wellman with the lob. Oh, you got it! A play of the game candidate. Michael Wellman, give and go to Sam Wellman. Michael Wellman flushes it home on the alley-oop jam with 2 hands for safety. Dominique Murphy Back to Jamel Rich. Fires. Good. What an answer.
Yeah.
Good. How about you?
If you're Portage, you got to get stops.
Garrett Clark, in and out dribble, driving baseline. Gets it to Big Mike. Big Mike up and good.
The crowd's getting into it a little bit here.
We're seeing some sustained two-way action. The antithesis of what happened in the third quarter.
The antithesis.
Rich. To Bell. To Wallace. Back to Bell.
Yeah, Portage staying in that 2-3 zone. See if they pull it out again. Here you go. See how long Portage is willing to go down one possession. See if they're going to pick it up a little bit. At least start to count, like you mentioned earlier.
They're going to get a count. They're not going to let them hold Pill. Not here in the fourth quarter in a three-point game. Murphy with it. Goes off the left shoulder. Front of the rim and good.
Straight up on D. He's open inside. Johnson, he's got to keep working for it.
Garrett Clark at the logo picks up his dribble, gets it to Evans. Evans waiting, looking, finds Sam Wellman in that corner. Back to Evans. Evans through the right block, passes it across. Michael Wellman, no good on the three. And another whistle.
That's on Clark. He was going for the rebound. He thinks he had the ball, but he got some arm with it. Another thing here, you got to get that. You got to make sure you get that the foul count up. You know, so if you got a foul later on, you can do that.
5-point game with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in regulation.
Travel.
And that was a good look, but you know, and you see Winters, he's tapping his chest saying, "That's my bad, that's my fault." That would have been a good look, inside out opportunity, getting an overload on the left side, but you know, it's a travel, and now it's the other way.
You saw Jamel Rich going to tell him, "Hey, it's okay.
Yep,
we got it. We'll get it back for you."
Memory like a goldfish. That's what you're hoping for here in this one.
Right there. He's got
Michael Wellman, Jalen Johnson connects at the basket.
Go block-to-block screen. Use that size and go strong.
Jalen Johnson has had himself quite the night on the block. Murphy dials up a triple. He connects it. Bullseye.
Full timeout.
Full timeout. They'll take a break, and so will we. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. I'm Mike Schmee, alongside me, Doug Nelson and Nate Ramian on stats and with our updates in this one. And what a game it's been.
Yeah, again, minus that third quarter, there's been a lot of action. And it's kind of heating up here. It's going to be a fun 5-18 here down the stretch.
Yeah, we have a strong candidate for play of the game on a give-and-go alley-oop from Sam Wellman to Michael Wellman here in the fourth quarter. The complete opposite of what we saw in the third. For those of you just joining us, East Chicago Central held the basketball for 6 straight minutes before they, did anything worthy of note, and the third quarter ended scoreless.
Yeah, again, those are you don't see that very often, but the action's picked up here in the fourth quarter. It's like East Chicago maybe in a little half-court trap. No, they're half-court man-to-man.
Yeah, kind of just slowing them down, giving them a little bit of something to think about and work for. You got to work them a little more here in the fourth quarter. Michael Wellman almost loses his dribble entirely. Instead, gets it back to Garrett.
East Chicago's in a little zone.
Yeah, like a matchup zone?
Yeah, they're like in a matchup zone because they didn't chase Johnson. He was cutting across block to block. He was open. You see how they're staying there.
Yep, and that's the adjustment they're going to need to make because Johnson has been making a killing going from block to block.
Right. It's a great adjustment by the EC staff.
It is, especially up 6 and with only 4.5 minutes to go.
You got to turn right there. There you go.
Garrett Clark gets it inside off the feet from Michael Wellman on the right elbow.
Just go strong the first time. Why do you wait? Right? That's a left-hand layup. Just go.
Cardinal foul number 1, Rich, his third, team second.
So that's Rich's third foul. Team second here in the fourth quarter. Remember, if it gets to 5 fouls in the fourth quarter, 2 free throws, no 1-and-1. That rule has been abolished.
He counted it off because he stepped over the line.
Okay, so violation there at the free throw line.
Yeah. If you're Wellman at the high post there, you got to turn and face the basket.
You always got to be turning and facing the basket whenever you get the ball there.
You got to be a threat with the ball, and then that'll get that defense the way you got Clark open.
So it is a 5-point game now with 4.5 minutes to go. East Chicago, the Cardinals, Dominique Murphy with it. Inside, great spin move there, and got whistled for the foul. That was Mike Wellman. You know, he did go straight up, but then he brought his hands down.
That's the discipline. That's the discipline we talked about. He's got to stay vertical.
Yeah, a killer spin move by Yamari Wallace.
Well, that was quick, wasn't it?
Absolutely. So Wallace, he'll put up 2 at the line. Swish on the first.
Yeah, if you're Portage here, you don't want to get too far behind.
No.
Right now you got a 2-possession. This could make it a 3-possession game, but I don't think you want to get behind East Chicago too far here.
It is a 7-point game. Sam Wellman will walk this one up the court, and he'll be greeted by pressure in the form of Keontae Bell. Garrett Clark, baseline. Up and good with the harm. Garrett Clark. And right here, it is when you are trailing late in the game, scoring points with the clock being stopped is the best thing you can do.
Yep. But again, back when we were younger, when I was a middle school player, they said you make your free throws in the beginning of the game so you don't have to make them at the end of the game, right? When you're more fresh.
High off the backboard and off the front iron, the miss there. Rebounded by the Indians. Clark with it now. Clark, hop step, fall away jumper, long, no good. Rebound by East Chicago.
Little heat check. Clark was hot there first couple possessions.
Yeah, Winters got the rebound and he threw it into an empty space, and thankfully the Cardinals were there.
Oh! Might have drug his back pivot foot.
Portage faithful were all over that one.
Yeah.
Hounding the officials now.
Nope.
Good deflection by Michael Wellman. That's a steal. And Garrett Clark crosses the timeline. Going with his left. Jumps it off to Michael Wellman. Michael Wellman now will shoot 2.
Nice pass. Good dump off. But again, right, in this situation here is where you got to get your points.
Yep. You want to score your points with the clock stopped. That's the best thing you can do when you are trailing late in the game. Because the clock is not your friend. So if you're able to score while the clock is stopped, you somewhat neutralize that enemy.
Good. East Chicago's got 14 fouls, so Portage will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. But you got to take advantage of it.
Short off the front iron. London Walker checks into this one. Marquise Winters takes a seat for East Chicago. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the blue-collar player of the game. Stay tuned for that. Got a timeout by Portage. Coach Klaus wants to talk it over in a 3-point game here with 3.5 to go. So that's a 30-second timeout. Doug, what are you telling your Portage guys here? I mean, you seemingly have gotten some momentum in these last few possessions. What's the message?
I don't know if they're going to change up their defense here. They might do a little half-court trap. They might speed them up. Maybe go do a little. Portage has been doing a little 2-2-1 press. But again, maybe at this point when you're losing, you got to try to get more possessions. Simple math, right? You need the ball more. So you can't allow East Chicago to get the shots they want. And you can't allow, again, if you're East Chicago, get the ball to your playmakers. You got Murphy, you got Rich. Those are the guys that they're gonna try to be a big factor here toward the end of the game.
It seems like Clark has kind of got going these last couple possessions. He feels more comfortable. He's going downhill. Do you anticipate that if Portage gets a stop, they're going to want to get out and push the pace and get out and run and score in transition, or maybe slow it down?
It depends on is it a rebound, is it a live ball turnover? Sure. I think it depends on the game and the flow.
Portage in that 2-3 zone. Jalen Johnson on Murphy at the free throw line. A little trap. Ball is loose. Ball's over and back. Wow, backcourt violation. I didn't see it. And I'll be honest with you, I got a good view here. Both feet and the ball have to be over the timeline for you to whistle that violation.
He was right on it. So
yeah, he was on it. It was close. You know, the logo being the dark color, what it is too. You know, it makes it hard to see as well.
Yeah. One possession game here for Portage. East Chicago's back in that half-court man-to-man.
And you can hear a pin drop.
He's backing him down. Nice look.
Gets two, passes into the open man. Jalen Johnson underneath. He's ecstatic. For three. No good. Rebound Johnson.
What a big rebound. He went up and got that one.
What a sequence by Jalen Johnson. He's been playing great all game. And go figure, he is making some big plays down the stretch.
Right there. He's got a roll.
Evans in the corner. Dribbles it back out.
Hold your seal. Screen to Cray.
Johnson pops up, high-low to Michael Wellman. Michael Wellman able to corral the basketball. Goes up, no good. Jalen Johnson on the rebound, put back, no good. And it goes to East Chicago.
That's all right. That's a good possession. They're hitting the glass hard. Good shots, and they'll go. They just got to continue to get stops down here.
Portage with a couple bites at the apple there. The apple rolls up to center court. Past the timeline is East Chicago. They're greeted with that trap and this corners there or in the sideline.
You can't dribble out of that. Anytime you're trapped, you got to break it with passes, right?
Yep.
Not with dribbles. You try to do too much on your own, that's exactly what happens.
And it plays into the hands of Portage. So Portage, they now have the ball down one with under 2 minutes to play. We got another timeout. A full timeout. So we'll take a break with them. We'll come back. It's in the fourth quarter, 1-point basketball game. You're watching Game Night in the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, Stu has carefully hidden a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Welcome back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Zach Sinelli's giving us a good pan over there on the camera. We see all the people are here tonight. There's no place they'd rather be.
Weather is going to get nasty here next week. A little more like January. We've been pretty lucky so far, but being inside for a good ball game, this is a good spot to be.
Justin Colt has dialed up an instant replay on the Jalen Johnson basket. He has been nothing short of sensational.
Yeah, what's he got? How many Johnson got?
Nate Ramian's going to give us a quick count here.
He's got 11.
He's got 13 points.
Big night. That's above his average.
A baker's dozen. East Chicago giving some pressure in the backcourt.
Little matchup. They're putting two people on Johnson right now.
Lob!
Hey!
Sam Wellman to Michael Wellman. And we have a whistle.
Delay a game on somebody.
The refs will talk this one over, and as they talk that one over, everyone in attendance will talk over that second alley-oop to take the lead with less than 90 seconds to go. What a night for Portage.
It's 2 nights in a row the student body over there has become part of the game. They got to stay off the red, but get some to support their team here. A little excitement in the crowd.
Wallace, he's got it. They're swinging it to Rich, to Bell. Rich, long, rebound, out of bounds, stays with the Cardinals.
Another offensive rebound, another opportunity when their Portage is in his zone. That's what you got to talk about. You got to find a way to get a body on someone.
1 point game, 65 seconds. Bell, Rich looking to Murphy, but he's double teamed. They swing it, they reverse it. Murphy now on the right elbow. Back all the way to Rich. Bell.
If I'm Murphy, I go out and get the ball. He's been posting up. Got to find a way to get the ball in his hands. There it is.
Murphy with it. Murphy. Long. No good. Portage rebound. And a timeout by the Indians.
Not over yet. Long way to go. East Chicago's got a foul or trap.
Full timeout. We'll keep it here because it is absolute pandemonium at Portage High School. And what a thrilling fourth quarter it's been. It's been so good that we've almost forgotten what the third quarter was like.
Yeah.
This quarter is worth 2.
There you go. 1.5. 1 7/8.
There you go.
But I like the buzz in the crowd here. That, you know, they're getting into it.
And last night's crowd was very impressive as the Indians hosted, their longtime rival, the Valparaiso Vikings. And again, another good turnout here, for some Saturday night hoops.
Yeah.
Against a marquee team, I would even say, in East Chicago, because they certainly got some marquee players in Jamel Rich and Dominique Murphy. And the Indians have put up an outstanding fight in this one. It has been a heavyweight bout, so to speak, and we find ourselves at 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, the volume is not as much as it was last night, but they're showing a lot of support for their Indians, and really getting into it. They want a winner here at Portage.
Some people have called Portage a sleeping giant, and we'll see how awake they become as this season moves forward. But there's still 35 seconds left to go in this one.
Shooting free throws, 2 shots. Yep. This is another thing, Mike, with the rule change going automatic 2 shots. I'm not a fan of that.
Really?
I was a fan of the 1-on-1. You got to make them earn that second shot.
I respect that. I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes kind of some of the strategy away. I mean, I know like you said, he still got to make them, but you have to make him earn that second one.
It takes off the pressure of the first one. There's not as much pressure shooting the first free throw, knowing that you have 2 cracks at it.
Right. It's just my old man look at the game.
Sam Wellman makes both. Quick inbound from Murphy.
Yeah, they don't need a 3. Yeah, they can go get a layup.
Rich to Bell. Bell for 3. Good!
Good look. There's Rich getting the people open and hitting the right spot. Going down to the wire again, Mike. Portage is gonna hold the ball for 1 shot.
Yes, sir, says Jamel Rich. Ties the game with 26 seconds to go.
This is another philosophical question. If you're East Chicago, do you just sit back and let them wait till the last shot? I wanted the ball in our hands.
I was going to say, you want to control your destiny.
I want to control my
hands.
fate. So I'm going to come out and I'm going to trap. I'm going to run around. I'm going to make something happen. Don't let them sit there and, sit back and do whatever they want to do. Make it tough on them.
And that's coming from a 6-time sectional champion coach in Doug Nelson, folks. Pearls of wisdom through the airwaves.
Support of people like my son Nathan here.
I'm Mike Chmia. Alongside me is six-time sectional champion coach Doug Nelson.
There he is.
And Nate Ramian doing a terrific job with the stats and the scoreboard updates. Justin Cole producing one heck of a game, and Zach Stanelli with the great camera work. We have another update.
Michigan.
Was that Maryville High School?
Yeah.
MHS, yeah, that's Maryville High School, right? What is the score on that one?
55-39 Maryville going into the 4th. Is that over Chesterton? Is that Maryville? Was Maryville playing Chesterton?
Not sure, but what I am sure of is we got 20 seconds left here. Sam Wellman spin move across court.
Yeah, that is over Chesterton and Maryville right now.
DAC action heating up, but it doesn't get much hotter than this.
Oh, they're trapped. They're going to foul. He's got a foul.
So they're going to send Omari Evans to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws with 6 seconds.
Still time left.
He'll shoot 2 no matter what. Swishes the first.
So timeout Portage, but again,
full timeout for Portage. So we'll take a quick break and we'll come back. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Nathan Ramian's got a Strack and Van Til scoreboard update for us. Nate, tell us.
Going into the fourth quarter, the Maryville Pirates with the lead, 55-39 over the Chesterton Trojans.
Chesterton.
That's what you talk about this conference, man. Zula Conference is wide open this year.
It is hard to stay atop the mountaintop. That is for sure. One thing Chesterton has managed to do, but the air is thin up there and there's not much real estate at a mountaintop. Hard to do. Hard to stay up there.
Zamia is number 3 tonight.
Makes the second. Ice cold water running through the veins of Omari Evans. Buries both. There's 6 seconds in regulation. Portage with a 2-point lead.
Portage has got 2 fouls to give here, Mike. They only got 2 team fouls, so they can get the ball, let East Chicago get the ball maybe to about the half court, turn the ball a couple times, and then foul. And then that'll take some time off the clock. Then you can do it again and foul. You just want to make sure East Chicago's not getting ready to shoot the ball.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that you are fouling them. Well, first you want to make sure that they're moving away from the basket to catch the inbound.
Right.
If they're moving towards the basket and they catch the inbound, you really can't foul them because that's an easy, 3 shots.
Right.
So you have to try to force them to catch the ball moving away from the rim, and then you can foul. So yeah, absolutely. With fouls to give, that is a sound strategy.
And you also want to make sure you're going for the ball.
Yes.
Some officials might call a flagrant foul if you're not going for the ball.
Yeah, and that's the last thing you want to see is them throwing up the X.
Last thing you want to see, Mike, is an official trying to step in and take a part of a game in the last 10 seconds of a ball game.
Yeah, and then twice in the last 24 hours.
Hey, we got East Chicago coming here. Don't get me heated on that topic.
Yeah, a controversial ending in last night's game. This one has been a barn burner.
They're going to call another timeout. Yeah, it looked like Portage is going to let him get it in, like you said.
Yep, and try to have them catch it away from it. 30-second timeout.
They're going to let him get it in and then kind of eat the clock up and then foul as they get closer to half court. I think that's what I would be trying to do.
Yeah, they just got to make sure that East Chicago players not turning the corner on them, so to speak, and getting up court.
Late in the game here, sometimes you see them do the football play. They throw it to somebody else out of bounds to kind of see what happens, then they go deep.
Yeah, run the baseline.
What worked last night for Portage, they got the look. They did the old Bryce Drew play.
Yes.
They threw it three-quarter court, the tip to the corner. He just never got a shot off.
Yeah,
and that was another controversial whistle potentially there. I mean, some people were saying he should have been shooting 3 free throws. A lot of controversy in last night's game. But no, you're absolutely right. They had it drawn up, and so we'll see what East Chicago has drawn up here after the 30-second timeout.
And if you're East Chicago, Murphy or Rich has got to take this last shot. You're going to get the ball into Murphy's hands. Just let him go. Right? Ball screen a couple times. He's going to call another timeout. Sheesh. How many's he got?
Chicago calls another timeout.
Another 30-second timeout.
That's their final timeout.
Final timeout.
What are they doing?
Not sure why you would use your final timeout before you inbound. I feel like you would want some sort of safety. Maybe you get it past half court. You can call
I would
timeout.
have waited.
Yeah.
You got to know that Portage is going to foul.
Correct.
So I would have kept one in my back pocket here and had one maybe for a side out of bounds.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
That's where it's going to eventually be here.
So another 30-second timeout. And people are anxiously awaiting the final 6 seconds in this one. All right. Triggering the inbound is Yamari Wallace. Where he goes, we will find out. Gets it to Rich. Rich up the court.
And you want to make sure you're going for the ball.
So Amari Evans with the foul. They had fouls to give. Fouls in center court. If I'm Rich, I feel like I'm selling that half-court shot more than that. I mean, you want to fall over? I don't know.
Yeah. One more foul they're going to give.
Yep.
Maybe post up. They're going to try to
Rich again.
Uh-oh. See that? I mean,
and that's a better sell job there, but now,
they got 2 seconds
left.
This is where he would have liked maybe one more timeout, but
to draw up a quick hitter. So perhaps he already has that one locked and loaded with his team. We'll see.
Well, Murphy's got to touch the basketball here.
And Murphy's seeing 3 defenders on him.
The most dangerous guy here is the inbounder. There it is.
Wallace! Good! Yamari Wallace!
I said it. The most dangerous guy is the inbounder.
Snatches victory away from the jaws of defeat. Yamari Wallace on the road in Portage.
Yeah.
We got the instant replay. Yamari Wallace gets the ball. Heaves it. Buries it. Ball game.
That's what players do, right? That was...
We thought we had to play the game twice.
Yamari Wallace?
Yamari Wallace. That's it, folks.
Most dangerous guy in that play is the inbounder. You got to know where he's at. Everybody's so worried about guarding Rich and guarding Murphy.
And they didn't have anyone guarding the inbounder whatsoever. They just allowed them to inbound it in a quick give and go. And Wallace, from beyond the volleyball line, buries a game winner.
Should have that one. That was a...
We'll take a break, folks. Post-game coming up. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production, including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. If you stood with us through the break, you just got to see the iconic Crowell Company Lantern Man commercial. That's a classic, and this game is an instant classic.
Instant classic, Mike. What a down. We knew it was going to come down to the wire. Again, a lot of playmakers out there, and it held up to that. What a great ball game.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a more exciting 3 quarters of basketball.
Yeah. A lot of strategy involved in that third quarter, but I guess East Chicago can come out on top with that decision. But good ball game and two good teams.
Yeah, it was electric all night.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things too where when you look back on this game and you kind of like uncover it and you recap it, there was multiple alley-oops, obviously a game winner 3 at the buzzer, all that stuff, but a lot of this game was fought and worked hard for on the block, in the paint, in the basket area, and a lot of things that that these guys don't necessarily show up in the box score.
Yeah, against it's those intangibles, those little things. Again, the offensive rebounds, those tips, the deflections, made free throws. It's those little details that get you, gives you an opportunity to win at the end of the game.
And it's those details and those intangibles, those things that bring us to our blue-collar player of the game. And so it's time to name our blue-collar player of the game, and that would be, from the Portage basketball side of things, number 5, a junior, Dalen Powell.
Again, I mentioned he played freshman ball for me a couple years ago. I'm just real proud of where he's at. Again, he's not a superstar, Dalen Powell, but he's done a great job to change his body and change his game, and he's just a scrapper, a grinder. Those are the kind of guys you need to have when you're trying to build a strong program, and those are the guys you build around.
Absolutely, and it's those guys that it's iron sharpens iron. It's those guys in practice. He's not a starter. He's one of the first guys off the bench, but he's not a starter, but he's getting his guys ready. He's getting his teammates ready day in and day out for them to play their best basketball at the end of the year.
And you take advantage of the minutes you get.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, he of course, every kid wants to play more, right? Every kid wants to score more, but he's doing what he gets with his minutes, and he's doing it well.
Speaking of scoring more, playing more, the glamorous, spotlight, it brings us to the Crowell Company's Lantern Man, superhero of the game. Crowell Company's the business professionals. And the superhero of tonight's game would be?
Number 23 from East Chicago, Dominique Murphy. What I think, again, I think you talk about the Mount Rushmore. I think he's on top of that mountain in the region here. I think he's got the game inside now. He can control the perimeter. He can control the inside. He can, do it. Like I said, he can guard all 5 spots, and he's got a bright future if he keeps things going the right way.
Absolutely, he does, and we'll see him for another year.
Yeah.
He's one of these bright juniors in the state, and certainly represents the region well, and on and off the court. And he's worked so hard, and he was sensational in this one. But it all comes down to the final play of the game, and that is our play of the game for tonight's affair. It would be the game-winning 3 by Yamari Wallace. It's an easy give and go, like you mentioned, Doug. Hardest guy to look out for there is the inbounder, and they didn't get to him in time, and he buried it with enough time at the buzzer.
Yeah, you got to, again, you give yourself a chance at the end of the game, and he was open. I mean, he's the open guy, and that's a simple play, but you got to pay attention to all 5 guys. I mean, we talked about who are they going to go to? Going to go to Rich? Are they going to go to Murphy? But that shows to the depth of East Chicago, and why in Sectional 1, again, they're as much as a favorite as anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was a sensational game, and it was full of great plays in this one. We got some honorable mentions. We have the first alley-oop, Sam Wellman to Michael Wellman. Michael Wellman, easy flush, 2 hands, and then what we thought was seemingly going to be the play of the game, because this one took the lead in the fourth quarter, was the second alley-oop. Again, the Wellman to Wellman connection. As Sam Wellman throws it from behind the volleyball line, gets it to Michael Wellman, and this place went absolutely berserk.
Yeah, again, it took the lead with that play, right?
Yes.
The second one, and at the time, it felt like the momentum, everything was going Portage's way, and little did we know how much things would change there after that. But what a play, and again, that talks about the playmaking ability of those guys from the Indians, the Wellman brothers, and as we talked about, Johnson had a huge night tonight as well.
Yes, absolutely, and this game was tremendous, and I think that the team we had here tonight did an outstanding job. Want to give thanks to executive producer Chris Ramirez, operations manager Rich Castillo, coordinating producer Zach Miller, sports director Mike DeWan. Our crew tonight here, Nate Ramian was outstanding, coming in the clutch with stats.
With the stats. I love the stats.
And the updates, too, because it's DAC season, folks.
It's a lot going on.
Exactly. So he had the out-of-town scoreboard updates there. Doug, you were tremendous in this one as well. Zach Zanelli was great on camera tonight. Oh, my goodness, was he amazing. And Justin Cole, just bringing it all together. He's the guy that makes the magic happen. So, special thanks to all of those guys. The coaches in this one, East Chicago, Ali Marua. Portage is Brian Klaus. The athletic directors, East Chicago's Grayling Gordon. Portage is Brett St. Germain. And to all you folks making this really possible and, making this the lifeblood of the Region Sports Network. It's you viewers on Facebook, on YouTube, on our website, IHSAE TV. Special shout out to my mom celebrating her birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yep, and shouts out to Doc Chester, Angelo Shelley, and my lovely fiancée, Claire. So I'm Mike Shamia, alongside me, Doug Nelson, and the rest of us. It's been a great one. Continue to stay watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.